Well, this week we're going to be talking about water mist systems. And I think what's really interesting about all this is the fact that we're seeing more and more of these specialized water-based fire protection systems come into play. You're not only seeing them in small office settings or in restaurants, but you're seeing them in the commercial settings as well because of the fact that they're high pressure, and at the same time, these specialized water-based systems also include foam, and also at the same time, they're also fixed finer particulate so that there's not so much water dumped all over the place, but it does extinguish the fire or contain the fire. You'll see specialized water systems at the tank farms, flammable liquids facilities, but petroleum facilities, anywhere where you have to subdue the vapors. You got to remember one thing, and at least in the Cincinnati area, we have quite a few what I would call terminals for fuel storage and things like that. Years ago, most of the big tanks that you've seen at a fuel storage facility had an open dome or open top on it where there was a bladder to fit up and down. Well, now they're finding that because of the weather, the rain, and everything else, they're enclosing a high pressure mist system inside the tank and putting a dome on it just for protection purposes, and is actually saving from having contaminated fuels and things like that. Big thing is the type of systems that we have out there right now. I think all of you are aware as a firefighter that there's been a trouble with AFFF foam, ATC, they determined that could be cancer causing. So some of these foam systems are out there are going to be under review because of not only of the problem of them being a carcinogen, but at the same time how they've been installed. Now we're going to be moving away from those and having like a fixed foam proportional, but actually a compressed air system with it, so that you can start seeing a better foam blanket, but with air being the propellant. So you have all these things in place. You have the Class B foams, you have Class A hazards, in which that's where you'll see a lot of the water mist systems and also foam systems now because of the combustible materials that are involved. You also have compressed air systems on your fire trucks and also foam systems as well. The biggest thing is you got to look at what are they doing? What's the reason why for the piping? What's the place and the design of this is? And if you got a facility and you don't really know what they're doing, I would suggest go visit it. See if you can get in, take the fire prevention officer with you, go in and see what's going on. You'll find out that these high pressure systems are unique in their own way, but at the same time, they're very beneficial for being for not costing the owner damaging to the specific equipment or area of processing where they're at. This slide is also very good. Look how fine the particles are coming out of this. This is almost like an aspirator type foam, or excuse me, water mist system. And the big thing is this, they're finding out that by doing something like this and pressurizing it and giving it a little more oomph, as you would say, from a water standpoint, you're seeing that this system's more effective in kitchens, in sensitive areas, even in operating rooms. The big thing is inspection is just like anything else. You got to look at all the key components, and the big thing is, as a fire inspector and as a firefighter, you want to make sure these systems have been tested and actually are in compliance annually. Naturally, it's testing. It's all those good things that come about. The other thing is if it's a foam system that you're looking at, when was the last time the foam was agitated, and when was the last time it was changed? So the big thing is what you're going to look at in this systems in this chapter is specialized water-based systems are now more prevalent now than they've ever been. You'll find them in a lot of different areas, and in fact, sometimes I'll ask in electrical vaults what kind of fire protection systems are involved. In deluge systems, the large distribution centers and electrical grid, you'll see that they'll have a deluge system in there to cool the transformers down so that they don't overheat and blow the breakers that are tied to it. So you can see that the systems themselves have been in place for a while, but at the same time, you've got these systems that are far more advanced than they've ever been, and a lot more to the advantage of safety and for the fact that they don't do as much property damage. And again, we got a sprinkler system in place and it works just fine. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.